Good morning, everybody, and for the first time in the 2022 season, welcome to beautiful Venom Field on the campus of Vandegrift High School and Vandegrift Vipers baseball here on the Vype Live Network. My name is Merle Bertrand. Happy to be with you here on this cool but beautiful Saturday morning. Boy, I tell you what, we've been talking about it up here in the press box. Mother Nature throwing her little hissy fit this weekend. Hopefully we've kicked winter out the door and we can get back to beautiful Texas springtime weather. It's cool. It's about 42, 43 degrees, but beautiful sunny skies, a breeze blowing from left to right. It's warmer than we thought it would be, and we're ready for baseball as the Vipers get ready to continue the 2022 Leander ISD tournament against the Alamo Heights Mules out of San Antonio. Vipers are the home team in this contest. And the batting order for the Mules looks like this. It's Corbin Gunter, the center fielder, leading it off. Bennett Angulo, the shortstop, batting second. James Sobey at third base, batting third. Bruno Robles, the right fielder, batting cleanup. Edward Hart, the DH, for the pitcher. Thomas Darbont in the 5 spot. Harrison Sobey over at first base, batting sixth. Parks Zunker out on left field, batting seventh. Matthew Silva behind the plate, batting eighth. And Jackson Duffin, the second baseman, batting ninth. So Gunter, Angulo, Sobey, Robles, Hart, Sobey, Zunker, Silva, and Duffin. The batting order for Coach Joey Boyd's Alamo Heights Mules. Coach Boyd in his first year at the helm of the Mules. Out of District 26 5A, off to a 5-7-1 start, 1-1 in the district. Coming off a 23-12 regional quarterfinal campaign in the 2021 season. Viper defense looks like this in this game number one. The outfield left to right, Beckett Kramer, Peyton Grimm, and Jackson Lures. It'll be Hudson Lilly, Simon Baker, Gavin Shaddix, and Landon Thomas in the infield, third to first. Braden Buchanan behind the plate. And Tyler Hubbard on the hill for the Vipers in this ball game. Vipers 1-1 in the tournament thus far, defeating Leander Glenn on Thursday 7-4 and losing a tough one to El Paso Eastwood 4-3 when the comeback effort falling just a little bit short in that one. So Vandegrift coming in here with a mark of 8-3, 1-0 in District 25 6A. That'll resume on Tuesday night, but here it's Alamo Heights, and the pitch from Tyler Hubbard is up high, ball one to Corbin Gunter, and we're underway. Just misses outside, 2-0 to Gunter. First ball game of the year here at Venom Field. Had some scrimmages, I guess, about a month or so ago. And that pitch at the knees called strike one. The biggest change I noticed, the dugout for the Vipers has flipped from the third base side to the first base side to go along with the new batting cage that was installed last year. And that pitch inside, ball three. 3 balls and 1 strike to Gunter. All grass and dirt, the way God meant baseball to be played. 323 to the left field foul pole, 325 to right. And that ball hit in the air to dead away center field. Coming in is Peyton Grimm. And he hauls it in for out number one. 380 feet to dead away center field. So one out, that'll bring up the shortstop, Bennett Angelo. Thanks to Shane Schulinski back at the comfy, cozy Vype Live studios, better known as his living room sofa. Keeping an eye and an ear on all of our broadcasts to make sure that everything is looking and sounding good. And that pitch in the called strike one to Angelo. Cedar Park taking on Lake Travis over at J. Sevier Field in Cedar Park. Low and away, ball one. One ball, 1 strike. Up high, 2-1. Check the swing. Did he go? They're going to appeal. Look down for nope, and the first base umpire says no. So 3-1 to Angelo. Other game underway this morning out of the greater Houston area. Fort Bend Elkins at Shadow Creek in some tournament play out there. 3-1 pitch. High inside, ball 4, and Angelo is aboard with a 1-out walk, and that'll bring up third baseman James Sobey. More baseball throughout the day. Fort Bend Austin taking on Angleton this afternoon about the same time. That'll get done about the same time that our game over at Glen against Flower Mound gets underway. Cedar Park taking on McNeil today, then McNeil taking on McCallum tonight, and Dripping Springs taking on district foe Westwood, our district foe Westwood, to close out the weekend. In the strike one to James Sobey. Final weekend of tournament baseball before everybody gets down to business for real. Chopper left side. It's going to be a tough play. Slow roller. Not a tough play for Hudson Lilly. He scoops it up, and now they got the runner hung up between the ball. Gets loose on the infield, and moving over to third base is going to be Angelo. So the 5-3 putout retires Sobey. And that'll bring up Bruno Robles with Angelo standing at third base. Two away.
I mean, one less than we used to have.
Swing and a miss. Strike one to Robles, the right fielder. Curveball bends, just missed outside. Buchanan trying to frame it. Umpire wasn't convinced. 1 ball, 1 strike to Robles. High and away, ball 2. Same spot, misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Hubbard with the 3-1 pitch. Low ball 4, and it's going to be runners at the corners with 2 away. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Edward Hart, with 2 out and 2 aboard. Runner started off first and then stopped. Pitch outside and away, ball 1 to Hart. Ballpark looks to be in beautiful condition, especially for mid-March. One-0 pitch. Hit in the air to shallow left field. Who's going to call? It looks like it's going to be the shortstop Baker drifting back on the fringe, and he hauls it in to retire the side. So the Mules get a couple of base runners, unable to do anything with them.
Mules 0, Vipers 0.
No runs, no hits. And 2 runners left on base.
Lots of hot chocolate, coffee, all the other good stuff for you.
We'll go to the bottom of the first. Alamo Heights nothing. The Vipers coming up to bat. And the VandeGrift Vipers lineup looks like this. It's Braden Buchanan, the catcher, to lead it off. Jackson Lures in right field batting second. Landon Thompson over first base batting third. Gavin Shaddix, the second baseman, batting cleanup. Connor Freeman, the DH for the pitcher. Hubbard in the 5 spot. Becca Kramer out in left field batting 6th. Hudson Lilly over at third base batting 7th. Simon Baker, the shortstop, batting 8th. And Peyton Grimm in center field batting 9th. Buchanan, Lewis, Thomason, Shaddix, Freeman, Kramer, Lilly, Baker, and Grimm, the batting order for Coach Jared Hickle's VandeGrift Vipers. Defensively for the Mules, it's Parks, Zunker, Corbin, Gunter, and Bruno Robles, the outfield left to right. James Sobey, Ben and Angelo, Jackson Duffin, and Harrison Sobey, the infield third to first. Matthew Silva behind the plate, and Thomas Dorbant, right-handed pitcher on the hill for the Mules. What a difference 24 hours makes. So here's a heavy-hitting Braden Buchanan stepping in to lead it off. Digging in from the right side. And ducks out of the way of the first pitch high inside, ball one. That ball slapped to the right side and knocked down by the second baseman, unable to find it, and Buchanan's going to be aboard. We'll get a courtesy runner in here for him.
For the Vipers, Jackson Lures.
And Jackson Lures will step in.
Jack Nelson in as your courtesy runner.
So Jack Nelson in a run here for Buchanan over at first base. If you're not familiar with the rules of high school baseball, you can courtesy run for pitchers and catchers, different from a pinch runner, just to save a little wear and tear on the bodies, and they're called strike one to Lures. So we can find out if they ruled that a hit or an error there for Buchanan. Misses down low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lures. Down low and away, ball 2. It was ruled a hit. So the infield single for Buchanan. And 2 balls and 1 strike here to Lures. Toss over to first, runner back. Nelson Danson draws the throw. Launderbill goes up a bit on the dirt infield. 2 balls and a strike to Lures. Sobey in a bit at third in anticipation of a possible bunt here from the Viper right fielder. Showing no sign of it, takes another pitch in there for a strike, and the count now 2-2. Down low. Good block behind the plate that time by Silva. And the count goes full to Lures. Top of the second over at Cedar Park. No score Lake Travis and Cedar Park. Cavaliers hammered the Timberwolves earlier this week, but you never know if that's a true indication at this time of year. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Slap to the left side. And they go to second for 1. The throw to first is not going to be in time as Lures hustling to beat the throw. So Nelson eliminated on the 6-4 force for the first out of the inning. Lures aboard on the fielder's choice. And with 1 out, that'll bring up Landon Thomason. One out, one aboard. The wind has died away completely now. The flag's hanging limply on the poles out there in center field. There goes the runner. Pitch down low, ball one. The throw down to second. Now in time, it's going to be a stolen base for Lures. Had that one stolen all the way. So 1-0 to Thomason, runner in scoring position. That curveball, that's going to get away, and that's going to allow Lures to get down to third base. So hitters count now. 2-0 to Thomason, runner at third. Here in the Viper first. Shows bunt, gets it down. That's a beautiful bunt. Only play will be at first, and they just do get that. But it's a sacrifice bunt. RBI for Landon Thomason. Killed that one perfectly right in front of the plate, and Lures is able to score easily. 1-0 Vandegrift.
Coming in, batting fourth, number 10, Gavin Shaddix.
So 1-3 sacrifice RBI for Thomason. 2 away now for Gavin Shaddix with the bases empty, but 1 run in. High inside, 2-0. This Viper team might be the best small ball team in Central Texas. Two balls, no strikes. Caught a piece of the corner, says the umpire. 2-1 the count.
That was a foot outside. That was not even close to the That would have hit a lefty.
2-1 pitch. Down low, ball 3. Three balls and a strike to Shaddix. Up high, ball 4. He draws a 2-out walk. The inning stays alive for Connor Freeman.
Batting fifth for the Vipers, the designated hitter number 2, Connor Freeman. Come on, Thomas, let's go, bud.
So Freeman will step in DHing today, winning pitcher in Thursday's first game at Glenn. There goes the runner. They pitch out and the throw down to the shortstop covering, but it's not in time. Oh, no way. Wow. So Gavin Shaddix caught stealing, says the umpire. I'm not so sure about that one. But in any event, the inning is over. For the Vipers, they do get 1 run. They get it on 1 hit. No errors, nobody left on base. We will go to the top half of the second inning, 1-0 Vipers. Mules will send up 6, 7, and 8 hitters here. Sobey, Zunker, and Silva due up.
Batting 6 for the Mules, number 44-14, Harris Hogan.
So here's Sobey, the first baseman, to step in to lead off for the Alamo Heights Mules in inning number 2. The first pitch from Hubbard is up a little high, ball 1. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Misses outside, 2-1.
Come on, be on time, let's go. Be on time.
2-1 from Hubbard. Curveball, misses low, ball 3. Tyler Hubbard unofficially 19 pitches in the first inning, 12 balls, 7 strikes. Couple of walks, infield error, but got out of the inning with no run scored. And a leadoff walk to Sobey. Not missing by much. Here's left fielder Park Zunker stepping in with nobody out and a runner at first. Viper defense has been pretty solid. Let's see if we can turn 2 here, get a ball in the infield. Lilly, Baker, Shaddix, and Thomason the infield in this ball game. There goes the runner off first. Buchanan with the gun to throw down there, going to get him. They could have got him twice. That wasn't even close. So Braden Buchanan, the quarterback, with a strike to Gavin Shaddix. And there's 1 away. And strike 1 to Zunker with the bases empty now, 1 out. One ball, 1 strike.
Is it okay?
Lifted foul out of play to the right side, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Up high, 2-2.
So if it's not carbonated, that's why.
Two balls, 2 strikes, and Tyler Hubbard just a little high, and the count goes full. Email's open if anybody's out there. voiceofthevipers@gmail.com. Give us a shout out. Let us know where you tune into the broadcast from. 3 balls, 2 strikes. High and away, ball 4, another walk. And that'll bring up Matthew Silva, the catcher.
Batting 8 for the Mules, Matthew Silva.
Alamo Heights fans, welcome aboard as well. Voice of the Vipers, all one word plural. You see it on the screen there at gmail.com. Pitch outside, ball 1. Brushes him off the plate, and the count 2-0. That one thrown behind him. Great job by Buchanan to stab that one and prevent it from going back to the backstop. But the count 3-0 here to Silva. 3-0 pitch. And that's in it for a strike. That's a 3-0 strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Fair amount of room in foul territory and behind home plate here. A lot of room up the foul lines. 3 balls and a strike to Silva. There goes the runner off first. Swung on, foul tip. And Tyler Hubbard doing a nice job fighting back. He's now worked the count full against Silva. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch coming here, 3-2. There goes the runner again. Pitch out high, ball 4, and it's back-to-back walks.
Get that on video. I want to see the face plant coming.
So runners at first and second with 1 away, and that'll bring up Jackson Duffin, the second baseman. And that'll draw a visit here from Coach Hickel. The infield will come together. Just a pretty day here in Austin, Texas. Don't forget to turn your clocks ahead tonight. Everybody hates the time change. I hate that one more. So the conference is over, and we will see how young Mr. Hubbard responds. Courtesy runner at first base now for the catcher Silva. Let me see who that is. Just noticed that. Running at first base is a number 21, and I don't have a 21 on the roster. 27? Oh, 27, thank you. Pitch up high, inside ball 1 to Jackson Duffin. 27 is Will Broderick. Just missed outside, 2-0.
That was a strike for us. That was only a strike once. He's correcting it.
2 balls, no strikes. That's a good-looking pitch in there for a strike, 2-1.
Hey, Dub, here we go.
2 balls, 1 strike. Oh, Vipers fans want that call. Don't get it, and the count goes 3-1 to Duffin. He's not missing by much. Three balls, 1 strike. Inside, strike 2. Inside corner pitch, and the count goes full here to Duffin. It's a big pitch coming up here early in this ballgame. Runners at first and second with 1 away, and the count is full now to Jackson Duffin, the Mule second baseman. Hubbard has the sign, and the 3-2 pitch. Runners are off, and it's going to be another walk as he missed inside. The bases are loaded for the top of the order.
It's all on you.
So here's Corbin Gunter, flew out to center field to start the ball game. Infield in at the fringe at first and third. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and the pitch misses inside, ball 1. So Lilly and Thomason both crashing in. Showing bunt again and pulls it back again. The pitch up high, ball 2. Just can't get it down. Two balls, no strikes. That's a strike at the knees, called strike 1. Coach giving him every opportunity to work through it. Sometimes you just got to work through it on their own. That's what these games are for. 2 balls and a strike. Two on pitch. Just missed down low, ball 3. No place to put him. 3-1 the count to Gunter. Activity in the Viper bullpen. I think that's Austin Spielis, but I can't tell if it's. No, it's N.B. Connor. Alan Jackson. 3-1 pitch. That's in the first strike, and the count is full again on the curveball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He's had a full count on the last 4 batters and went 3-1 to Harrison Sobey to start the inning. A lot of pitches in this inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. High inside, ball 4, and the game is tied. So we are tied at 1 after 5 straight walks. I caught Steele and eliminated one of them, but couldn't get out of the jam completely. Tyler Hubbard didn't miss by much. Different umpire, it might be a different ball game, but was never able to find the range with this guy. And Alan Jackson will come in to take over. So while Jackson takes his warm-up tosses, I want to take this opportunity here to thank the sponsors of Viper Baseball.
Yeah, we'll meet you there.
Starting with, of course, Jennifer Farrow and Vice President Stephen Mueller, everybody with the VANDEGRIFT Baseball Booster Club. Our Grand Slam sponsor, Shannon Kramer with Bartlett Real Estate Group. Our home run sponsor, Silverton Custom Homes with Mr. Jason Grimm. Our double play sponsors, Sports Clip Haircuts and Craig Smizer with 1835 Realty. Our single play sponsors, Pediatric Dentistry of Steiner Ranch, Trent Reynolds Player Development, Steiner Dental, Pinnacle Sports Performance and Rehabilitation with Candalia Haley, Tomlin Family Orthodontics, and Steiner Wellness and Nutrition, along with our Vype Network sponsor, Academy Sports and Outdoors. So thank you to all those folks for making it possible to bring you Viper Baseball for all they do for the program. Top of the 4th inning, Lake Travis and Cedar Park still scoreless in that tournament game. This is game number 1 of 2. We'll pack it up when this one's done and head back over to Glenn High School for a 2:30 game against Flower Mound to close out the tournament. Then district play resumes on Tuesday night from Stony Point as the Vipers take on the Stony Point Tigers. All district games will be available for free. The pay-per-view will be gone. The bonus baseball games will be done. It'll be all free going for the rest of the regular season, starting on Tuesday night at Stony Point. So Alan Jackson will step in, and here it's a situation with the bases loaded and 1 away for Bennett Angelo, the shortstop. He walked back in the first inning. First pitch, line shot into the glove. Well, it's going to be a 3 unassisted double play. Landon Thomason lunging to his right, speared it. And the base runner, Corbin Gunter, was hung out in no man's land between first and second. No chance. Angelo hits it hard, but a 3 unassisted double play gets the Vipers out of the inning here in the second. Wow. How about that? 1 pitch, 1 out. Or 1 pitch, 2 outs, pardon me. And we'll go to the bottom of the second inning. Fortunate to be tied 1-1.
to the Vipers, number 2. He's too good. Freeman.
Freeman was at bat when Shaddix was allegedly thrown out at second base on a caught stealing. And the pitch sails up high, ball 1. Swung on, foul tip, gets a piece of it. 1 ball, 1 strike to Freeman.
Come on, TD, let's go, bud. Spinning around up there, big.
The 1-1 pitch. Misses down low, ball 2. Curveball ripped to the right side, high chop. But takes a nice friendly bounce for the Mule second baseman Jackson Deffin over to Harrison Sobey. 4-3 put out, 1 away.
6 to the Vipers, number 8. Beckett, Kramer.
That'll bring up Beckett Kramer.
1-1, there's no hits in the swing.
Often used as a courtesy runner, getting the start today out in center field. Steps in here with 1 out and the base is empty. Looks at the curveball and then for strike 1.
It had to be one or the other.
Ducks out of the way of that one, 1 ball and a strike. 34 degrees when I got to the ballpark. Already warms up to 45 now. One pitch. At the lettuce for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch to Kramer. Tapped that one foul off his foot. That's going to sting, and the count remains 1-2.
Anything close, let's go.
One-two pitch on its way. Misses inside, and the count 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Drop third strike. They have to throw down the first to complete the put out, and they do. So Kramer is out on strikes. First strikeout of the ball game recorded by either pitching staff today.
His batting 7th. Number 15, third baseman, Hudson Lily.
And with 2 outs and the base is empty, Hudson Lilly, the third baseman, will step in. Pitch up high, ball 1. Lilly also a backup catcher. When he's catching, he's the fastest catcher around. He's got good speed. 1 ball, no strikes. Curveball drops in there for a strike. 1-1. Good timing on the off speed, but just got a piece of it. 1-2 the count. One and two the count to Lilly. Way outside, back to the screen. 2-2.
Okay.
Two balls and two strikes. Thomas Dorbont with the pitch. One hops up to the plate and the count goes full. Ooh, boy, we might have gotten away with one there. That was an awful good-looking pitch.
Batting 8 for the Vipers. Number 3, Simon Baker.
We either got away with one or Hudson Lilly ate an extra helping of carrots last night to take that pitch, ball 4, as Simon Baker will step in. 2 outs, runner at first. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Pitch misses outside, ball 1. There goes Lilly. Swing and a miss. The throw down to second is not even close. Stolen base for Lilly. 1 ball, 1 strike to Simon Baker now. I think they call batter. Is that they call batter interference? Wow. So with that, the inning's going to be over. Take away the stolen base. I don't know about that. We'll take a break, go to the third. Still tied 1 apiece. Vandegrifts Vipers baseball and Vype Live.
Become a Vype Insider today. Access breaking news in high school sports. Enjoy premium articles and exclusive coverage written by expert analysts, and watch exclusive videos, documentaries on programs in your area. It's only $2.99 a month if you subscribe for the monthly plan. If you go for the yearly plan, it rounds out to just $1.99 a month. It costs you only $24 a year to get all of your Vype news throughout the entire year. Subscribe today. What are you waiting for? It's less than a cup of coffee a month. Become a Vype Insider. $2.99 a month, $23.99 for the whole year. Hey, it's Vype. We will see you at the games.
Welcome back to Venom Field. We'll go to the top of the third inning, still tied up 1 apiece after a bizarre inning to the second inning. Thought Hudson Lilly was going to have a stolen base, but they called Simon Baker out on batter interference. So that ended the inning. And we'll go to the third. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up here for the Mules. Sobey, Robles, and Hart due up against Alan Jackson on for his first full inning of work. Inherited a bases loaded 1-out situation. Got Angelo to line into an inning-ending double play on 1 pitch. And first pitch to Sobey. Swung out a play to the right side. Strike 1. Number 5, James Sobey. Down low, 1-1.
On time, let's go 5.
Sobey grounded out the third, his first at bat. And that pitch down low, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Sit on it.
Inside corner, beautiful pitch, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Down low, ball 3. Major League Baseball getting back to work. The strike is over. Season opens April 7th. My Chicago Cubs are already mathematically eliminated. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Sobey. Just missed outside, and it's a leadoff walk again. And that'll bring up right fielder Bruno Robles.
Next time it's a strike. Every other pitch.
Robles walked in the first inning. Pitch inside, ball 1. Snap throw to Buchanan. Boy, that was close. That was close. Thomason trying for the no-look back swipe tag. Just couldn't quite get the leg. The count 1-0 to Robles. Pitch outside, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. That's in there for a strike. Nice job by Buchanan framing that one. Sold that one well. 2-1 the count. Two balls and a strike to Robles. Up high, ball 3. Another snap throw. They got him picked off. The throw down, and they are going to get him. Beautiful back throw by Braden Buchanan down to Thompson. He fired a strike down to Simon Baker covering. And it's a 2-3-6 caught stealing for out number 1. So 3-1 the count now to Robles with 1 out and the base is empty. Up high, ball 4. So another walk, and that'll bring up Edward Hart.
Good, James.
So Hart steps in with 1 out and 1 aboard, takes a beautiful pitch in there for call strike 1. That one gets through the legs of Buchanan. Bounced right back to him. He thought about throwing it down, but Robles aboard at second base on the pass ball. 1 ball and a strike with 1 away here. Pitch up high, 2-1. That ball, line shot into right field for a base hit. Lewis gets to it quickly. Now loses the ball. It's going to go back to the wall. And Hart is going to round second, head over to third base. And he will be in there. An RBI single for Robles, and then the 2-base error puts him on third base, and it's 2-1 Mules.
We got to do a job now, Harrison. Let's go. Got to bring him home, Harrison.
Up next for the Mules, Harrison Sobey.
Give him a couple. Give him a couple.
2-1 Alamo Heights for Harrison Sobey.
So my league.
Pitch high inside, ball 1.
Come on. On time, Harrison.
And coach going to visit again. I think he's a little frustrated that his pitchers aren't throwing strikes. And we're going to have another pitching change. And it looks like it is going to be Austin Spielis coming in to pitch. So new pitcher on the mound for the Vipers. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Vandergrift Vipers Baseball on Vype Live.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well, and now as partners with Flow Sports. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live. We bring your teams to you. Hey high schoolers, are you interested in a career in sports media? Vype can help. Launched in 2017, our Vype U Ambassador Program is a one-of-a-kind educational scholarship program that offers high school students a chance to gain hands-on experience in the sports media field. Vype U also gives students a platform to build their portfolio of creative work under the guidance of Vype's seasoned professionals. From covering games to publishing photos, writing articles, and conducting on-camera interviews, each Vype U ambassador receives an immersive experience geared toward their interests, while promoting their own school and preparing them for their future. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out more about Vype U today.
And well done. The only play will be at first. The 1-3 sacrifice retires Sobey for out number 2, but on the play, Hart comes in, and the error hurts the Vipers 3-1 Mules.
Number 4,
So 2 outs, bases empty now for Parts Zunker, and a 3-1 ball game.
Bringing into 11 of our 12 runs on the weekend.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. Foul back to the screen, 1-2. Spielis working quickly, throwing strikes. Oh, 2 pitch. Good waste pitch outside, and the count goes 1-2. One-two pitch. Sky high fly ball to dead away center field. Grimm started back, now coming in, and makes the catch to retire the side, but not before. Alamo Heights picks up 2 runs on just 1 hit, helped out by an error. Nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. New score, the Mules 3, the Vipers 1. So here's center fielder Peyton Grimm to lead it off. 9, 1, and 2 hitters. It'll be Grimm, Buchanan, and Lures to try to pull the Vipers back even with Alamo Heights here in the bottom of the third. Plenty of baseball left. Pitch low and away, ball 1. Pitch up high, 2-0. Unofficially 36 pitches for Thomas Storbont through the first 2 innings. Up high again, 3-0.
Come back, get it now.
Three-zero pitch taken all the way, and that pitch is in there, called strike 1. That ball ripped, but just fouled on the first base side. Had a good cut, but now the count is full, 3-2. If you look down that way, Vipers switching to the first base dugout this season. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Grimm. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Storbont doing a nice job coming back. Fell behind in the count, 3-0. Gets the strikeout to start the third. Strikeout number 2 with 1 out and the base is empty. That'll bring up Braden Buchanan. He had an infield single in the first inning. Curveball stayed a little low, ball 1. That ball hit hard to center field, left center field. Going back, and it is caught by the center fielder. Corbin Gunter got a good break on the ball. Wind kind of blew it back to him. The wind's kind of kicked up a little bit, blowing from left to right. Buchanan gave it a ride, but Gunter there, 2 away. So 2 outs, base is empty for Jackson Lures. Lures 0 for 1, grounded into a fielder's choice in the first inning. Pitch down low, ball 1. Swing and a miss, waving at that one. The count evens up 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. In the dirt, 2-1. Two-hour time limit on these games. We've just crossed the first hour. Two-one pitch. Beautiful bender in there for a strike. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the third to Jackson Lures. That one tapped foul. We'll do it again. Landon Thompson on deck if Lures can keep the inning alive. The 2-2 pitch. High and away, ball 3.
Good miss. Good miss. Good miss, buddy. Good miss, buddy.
3-2 pitch. High ball 4. Lures works him for a 2-out walk. Third walk of the ball game surrendered by Dorbont. And that'll bring up Landon Thomason with 2 outs and a runner at first. Thomason, a sacrifice bunt RBI in the first inning. Scoring Lures, who had stolen second and reached third on a pass ball. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Snap throw to first, but Lures back. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to the Viper first baseman. Catcher setting up outside. There goes the runner. Lures, swing and a miss, strike 3. And the inning is over. So in the inning for the Vipers, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We have played through 3 complete. We will go to the 4, still 3-1.
Go this way. It's quicker. See, this way, no, this way's quicker. That way you gotta walk all the way around.
As Matthew Silva, the catcher, steps in and takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. Silva walked his only other at bat. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Despielis. One ball, 1 strike. Swung on, pop back to the screen, strike 2. Spielis working quickly. Defenses love that. One ball, 2 strikes. High and away, 2-2. Working from the stretch, even with the bases empty. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chop fouled on the third base side. Coach Boyd with a half-hearted kick save attempt. The count 2-2. Spins off the plate and the count 3-2. Grim shaded to the left a little bit. Pretty good gap between right and center field. 3-2 pitch. Chop just fouled on the third base side. The count remains full to Silva. Three balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. First strikeout of the ball game recorded by Viper pitching. Now bring up second baseman Jackson Duffin with 1 out and the base is empty.
Remember this one. You know what? That's why you don't have any friends. I'm just saying.
Duffin walked back in the second.
Well, I don't have any friends. What did you say? I don't have any friends either.
What did you say? You said when he was playing Pinto when he was 8?
He told me that was 5 decades ago.
Brushes him off the plate. Inside, ball 1.
All right, go ahead, tell your story.
So my dad, it was kid pitch, but if you blocked, you got to hit off the feet.
Yeah, we had that.
But if you
Misses up, 2-0.
and you hit a foul ball off the tee, you're out. So I had 2 strikes. It was a championship game. We were hit on second. We were down by 1 minute.
2 balls, no strikes.
He put his right
Good pitch. Popped up right side. Thomason drifting over into foul territory and squeezes it for out number 2.
hit it. So he did it for this one.
2 up, 2 down. Back to the top of the order to Corbin Gunter will go.
So he told me I hit it over here. And I hit a line drive and it hit the base. And went into the dugout and they called me out.
Gunter 0 for 1 with an RBI walk in the second. Comes up here with 2 outs, bases empty.
And
Stays up high in the bender, ball 1.
that, like a week later, same situation, everything, when he hit the second ball. And I hit it over the center fielder's head, and
Good pitch, high heat, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
the assistant coach, the other coach, picked me up and like carries me off the field, and everything got like a snow cone with everything. It was suicide. A suicide.
That ball line shot, 1 hop. Gobbled up by Baker. The throw over to Thomason, and for the first time today, the Alamo Heights Mules have done an order 1-2-3 nothing across.
And so I had like,
We are halfway through this one. Vipers need some runs, down 3-1.
and my dad took me to the
So here's Gavin Shaddix to lead up the Viper 4th. Shaddix walked in the first inning. And takes the first curveball in there for a called strike 1. James Sobey in a bit at third base in case Shaddix decides to put one down. Another pitch in there for a strike, 0-2.
Bottom four.
Oh-2 pitch. That ball ripped but foul down the third base side, and the count remains 0-2 to Shaddix.
One good part about it, so far inside, that's about all you can do.
No balls, 2 strikes. Fouls it again into the Mule dugout.
Will just got out-jogged right now.
Shaddix digs in, the 0-2 pitch on its way. Laid off of it. Wanted to go. Kept the bat in the shoulder, 1-2. And now time is called. One ball, 2 strikes to Gavin Shaddix. The pitch on its way. Curveball in the called strike 3. Bent back across the inside portion of the plate. And Shaddix is out on strikes for out number 1.
Up next to the Vipers, the designated hitter, number 2, Connor Freeman.
That'll bring up Connor Freeman 0 for 1. Grounded out to second in the second. Lifts a lazy fly ball into center field. Drifting over is Gunter. And hauls it in for out number 2. So 2 quickly away here in the Viper fourth.
Vipers, your left fielder, number 8, Beckett Kramer.
And that'll bring up Beckett Kramer. 0 for 1, struck out in the second inning.
It didn't seem like he hit it as hard as he did. No. Corbin. Yeah. And he was 3 steps in the fence.
Kramer looks at the first pitch down low, ball 1.
No, wait.
Misses outside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to Beckett Kramer. Hudson Lilly on deck. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike.
When I played third base, that's what I played because I didn't want to hit the dirt. Yeah, because it hits you in the face.
Way off the plate, 3-1.
Win it, Nate. Next guy up.
That's why I played those 2.
3-1 pitch on its way. Popped up right side. And fighting the sun. But making the catch is the first baseman, Harrison Sobey. And the Vipers are done in order here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We play through 4. We'll go to the 5th, still down by 2. Vandergrift Vipers baseball on Vype Live.
Eagles 3, Vipers 1. Our 4th inning double sponsor.
Interested in Vype Campus? Vype Campus brings our popular citywide media days right to your doorstep. As a Vype Campus client, we will work with you to help you take advantage of our unique campus model to build a unique experience for your school. From media day photo shoots of all your athletes to game day coverage, broadcasts and live streams, video and digital content, hype videos, the VIPE program, same-day graphics, and of course your very own campus magazine, Vype Campus is truly whatever you want it to be. Email info@vipemedia.com to find out how to join Vype Campus today.
And Merle Bertrand here at the ballpark. Shane Showinski keeping an eye and an ear on things on this beautiful Saturday in March. Austin Spiel is on for his second full inning of work. Will face the heart of the Mule lineup here. 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Angelo, Sobey, and Robles due up. Trying to keep it a 2-run ball game. Off the bat. Something's in the air here at Venom Field. I got here this morning and the lenses fell out of my glasses. Something's going on around here. It is opening day at the ballpark. So Angelo grabs a spare.
That's all right. He's got Corbin's now, so he'll break Corbin's now. Come on, Bennett.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Down low, ball 2. Two-two pitch. Just missed outside, and the count goes full now to Bennett Angelo. Oh, appeal down to first. They don't give him the appeal. It's going to be a leadoff walk. And that'll bring up James Sobey 0 for 1 with a walk. Runner at first. Nobody out here in the Mule fifth. Off speed stays a little high. 1 ball, no strikes to James Sobey, third baseman. Ball goes sailing out of his hand. Bat goes sailing out of his hand on a foul ball to the right field line, and Thomason hangs with it for the first out of the inning. So Sobey fouls out to Thomason for out number 1. That'll bring up Bruno Robles with 1 out and a runner aboard. Lifted into foul territory on the left field side, and it's going to get out of play, strike 1. Robles has walked twice, scored once. Popped up again on the left side. This one's playable. Giving chase and making the catch. Running a long way is shortstop Simon Baker. Tracking that one down on a dead run as he approaches the left field foul line, 2 away.
Up next for the Mules, number 15, the designated hitter, Edward Martin.
Nice play, tough play by Baker. 2 out now for Edward Hart, the DH. Two outs, runner at first. One hopper, takes a high hop. Knocked down and unable to find it. The throw to first and it throws it away. Went from bad to worse, goes into the dugout. 2 errors on the play. Puts runners at the corners with 2 away.
Up next to the Eagles, number 14, Harrison Sobey.
Still no harm done. Runners at first and third. Still 2 out. Harrison Sobey will step in. I see a pinch hitter here, looks like possibly. Number 18 going to step in. Brooks Kishnick going to pinch hit for Sobey. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So Kishnick for Sobey, runners at the corners, 2 away. Pitch down, low, ball 1. Angelo at third, Hart at first. Chopped foul at the first base side, and the count 1-2. So 1 strike away from getting out of the jam. One-two pitch from Spielis. Check the swing, snap throw down to first. Runner gets back, and the count is 2-2 to Kishnick. Two balls, 2 strikes. Up high, ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He got him. Nice job by Austin Spielis to bear down and pick up his defense. So in the inning for the Mules, no runs on no hits. In to lead off the Viper 5th.
Third base, number 15, Hudson Lilly.
Lilly with a walk and a stolen base back in the 2nd inning. That curveball just misses.
Strike all day.
1 ball, no strikes. That one in there for a strike, 1-1. Just missed outside, 2-1. Cedar Park has tied it up. Top of the 7th, no 2-2 between Lake Travis and Cedar Park. Just missed down low, and the count goes 3-1 to Hudson Lily. Three balls, 1 strike to Lily. High chopper left side. Takes a high friendly bounce for Angelo. And a throw. Pulls the first baseman off the bag. And the Vipers catch a break. Harrison Sobey with the Pilates stretch did all he could to keep the foot anchored. But Lily's aboard on the air, E6, and that'll bring up Simon Baker. First mule air of the ball game. And now belatedly, head coach Joey Boyd going to go talk to the umpire about this. Conversation continuing. I'm not sure how they could convince him to change his mind. Speaking of controversial play, Simon Baker will step in. I mentioned Hudson Lily stole second base last time he was up. Technically, that's not correct. He thought he stole second, but Simon Baker was called out on batter's interference to eliminate that stolen base. So Baker will step in with a runner at first, representing the tying run here in the Viper half of the 5th inning. Shows bunt, pulls the back pitch up high, ball 1, snap throw to first, runner back. Shows bunt again, brushes him off the plate, and the count 2-0. Peyton Grimm on deck. Two balls, no strikes. Now he shows bunt, gets it down, but it just rolls foul. Didn't miss it by much. 2-1 to Baker. Hudson Lily, the runner, first 2 balls and a strike to Baker, the Viper shortstop. Shows bunt again, gets it down, but foul, and the count goes 2-2. Two and 2 the count. See if he swings away here now. Curveball bends across the inside corner of the plate. Seen that pitch a couple of times. And Baker's out on strikes for out number 1. So 1 out now for Peyton Grimm. He struck out to lead off the third, 0 for 1. Steps in from the left side with 1 out and 1 aboard. Pitch misses up high, ball 1. Toss to first, runner back. Don't forget, this is game 1 of 2 in a split doubleheader. We'll pack up, head over to Glenn High School for a 2:30 contest against Flower Mound. 1-0 pitch. Lifted in the air to shallow left field. And the shortstop, Angelo, drifts back a little bit and squeezes it for out number 2. 2 outs, back to the top of the order. We'll go to Braden Buchanan. Buchanan 1 for 2, infield single, flew out hard to center field, back in the third. Curveball bends in there, call strike 1. Breeze has picked up a little bit, blowing from left to right. Kind of a lazy breeze. Down low, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Up high, 2-1. That ball chopped but fouled on the third base side. Two balls, 2 strikes. Jackson Lures on deck if Buchanan can extend the inning. Pokes that one into shallow left field. Kind of golfed it out there, and Park Zunker hauls it in to retire the side. So the error doesn't hurt anything. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We play through 5, and we'll go to the 6th. Still 3-1 in favor of the Alamo Heights Mules. Vandergrift Vipers Baseball and Vype Live.
Become a Vype Insider today. Access breaking news in high school sports. Enjoy premium articles and exclusive coverage written by expert analysts, and watch exclusive videos, documentaries on programs in your area. It's only $2.99 a month if you subscribe for the monthly plan. If you go for the yearly plan, it rounds out to just $1.99 a month. It costs you only $24 a year to get all of your Vype news throughout the entire year. Subscribe today. What are you waiting for? It's less than a cup of coffee a month. Become a Vype Insider. $2.99 a month, $23.99 for the whole year. Hey, it's Vype. We will see you at the games.
Welcome back to Venom Field on the campus of Vandergrift High School. We moved to the top half of the 6th inning, 3-1 Alamo Heights over the Vipers. 3 runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Mules. No 1 run, 2 hits, 4 errors for the Vandergrift Vipers. Vipers jumped out on top of the 1 in the bottom of the first. The Mules got it back in the top of the second, tacked on 2 more in the third. We've been scoreless ever since, as we play here in the top of the 6th inning. 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up for Alamo Heights. Zunker, Silva, and Duffin due up. So apparently it looks like they awarded Hudson Lilly a single instead of an error last inning. So we'll go with that.
Up next for the Mules, Parks Zunker.
So here's Parks Zunker. Swing and miss, strike one to lead off the sixth inning. Zunker 0 for 1 of the game, flew out to center, walked and scored in that second inning. Up high, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Zunker. Line shot out in the left field for a base hit. Kramer gets to it quickly and keeps that to a long, loud single. So leadoff single for Zunker. That'll bring up Matthew Silva. First hit surrendered by Austin Spios coming into this inning. Had thrown 39 pitches. A couple of strikeouts and a walk. Popped up straight back overhead. The count 0-1 to Silva. Silva 0 for 1 with a walk in the second inning. Shows bunt, pulls it back. They got the runner picked off. They got it hung up. Throw back. 1 6 3 4 1 1 6 3 4 1 1 6 3 4 1, and then they finally tag him out. 1 6 3 4 160 for scoring at home. Pitcher to shortstop to first baseman to second baseman to pitcher to shortstop to retire Park Zunker. And now we're going to have another little visit here. Well executed by the Viper defense that time. Be my guess of there. You see the body language there of Coach Boyd talking to the first base umpire. It'll be 1 ball, 1 strike to Silva with 1 out here when play resumes. I didn't really see anything outside of the unusual on that pickoff attempt. What I hate about this is these are timed games, and we've got 19 minutes left. This could cost the Vipers an at-bat. Yeah. I think that's what Coach Hickle's saying, too. He went over, said something to the home plate umpire, and the home plate umpire is going to come out and in this conversation. This is all a pretty pointless conversation. And after all that, big surprise, the play will stand. So Zunker is out, 1 away. The count remains 1-1 to Matthew Silva. And hit high in the air to center field. Peyton Grimm settling underneath it and hauls it in for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Jackson Duffin with the bases empty. Duffin 0 for 1, popped out, foul to the first baseman back in the 4th inning. Also walked in the 2nd. Over in Houston, bottom of the 5th inning, Shadow Creek over Fort Bend Elkins 8-5. The only other game, along with Cedar Park and Lake Travis and ours, on the network this morning. Ethan Besner pinch hitting and swinging a miss, strike 1. So Besner pinch hitting for Duffin. Outside corner called, strike 2. Spiels looking good today. No balls, 2 strikes. Wasted that one way outside, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. That one a line shot. In and out of the glove. Shattuck's unable to trace it down. Almost sensational play. Hard line drive. Shattuck's got the glove on it. And then kind of the old tip drill, but couldn't haul it in. And Besner's aboard with a 2-out single. So back to the top of the order we go to Corbin Gunter. That ball lifted, fouled on the first base side, and it is going to get out of play for strike 1. Gunter 0 for 2 with an RBI walk. Up high, snap though down, runner back. That shot by Besner, just the 3rd hit allowed by Viper pitching today. 1-1 pitch. Curve stays inside and high in the count, 2-1. But 9 walks and 4 Viper errors have helped the Mules with the 3 spot. Popped up. Center field. Grimm coming in on his horse. And it's going to be shot off the glove of Shaddix, who might be shaken up. The throw coming into the plate is going to be not in time. 4-1. Hopefully Shaddix is okay. There's a miscommunication there between he and Peyton Grimm. Looks like everybody's okay, but it's going to be a 5th Viper error. And the score now 4-1. On the play, Gunter finds himself at second base as Besner scores. And Ben and Angelo will step in. Pitch up high, ball 1. Slap to the left side. Nice backhand spear. And a good throw that time by Simon Baker over Thomason to retire the side. But in the inning for the Mules, they tag. 1-2-5. Last time I ever brag about the Viper defense because I jinxed them. It's one of those days. 5 errors for VANDEGRIFT. And Thomas Stormont on for his 6th inning of work, unofficially 83 pitches. Scattered just 2 Viper hits. Here's Lures 0 for 1 with a walk. Run scored because he reached on a fielder's choice back in the 1st inning to briefly put VANDEGRIFT on top 1-0. Misses outside, ball 1. Two and 0. That's a good pitch in the first strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jackson Lures. Off the plate, 3-1. They've gone final over at Cedar Park. 4-2, Lake Travis over the Timberwolves. So Lake Travis gets 2 wins over Cedar Park this week. Three balls and a strike to Lures to lead off the Viper 6th. And he works a leadoff walk. Good start, and that'll bring up Landon Thomason. 4th walk of the ballgame surrendered by Dorabont. Thomason with the sacrifice bunt RBI in the 1st inning. Another stellar job over at first base today. Almost hit him, and then it breaks back towards the inside portion of the plate, but stays inside, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Landon Thomason at the plate. Jackson Lures at first base. And swings at that one, strike 1, but the ball gets away. And that allows Lures to move down to second base. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Go, Landon.
More than likely the final inning in this ball game. These tournament games are timed to 2 hours. Gavin Shattuck's on deck. And time is called. One pitch. Up high, ball 2. And that one's going to hit him. Saw the curveball coming, just leaned away to protect his head and took one on the back, and the Vipers will bring the tying run to the plate. So here is Shattuck, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout in the ball game. Comes up here representing the tying run in the Viper 6th inning. Runners at first and second. And we might have a pitching change as we are up to about pushing 90 pitches. All right, we got our audio back. I have no idea why it just blinked out there. For whatever reason, it just refused to recognize the microphone for a minute or two. But we are back. We'll try to get you caught up here. Becky Kramer at the plate, swing and a miss. It was Connor Freeman grounding into a fielder's choice to score Jackson Lures. So Freeman is at first, but now 2 away, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike to Becky Kramer. And the pitch down low, ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Kramer. Freeman at first, 4-2 ball game. And what we think is a final at bat here for the Vipers. And the pitch up high, ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. Tap left side. Gobbled up by the third baseman, Sobey. Over to Harrison Sobey for out number 3, and we'll see if that's the final out of the game. Yep, that's going to be it. So it's going to be a final score. Let me fix everything here for you before we wrap it up. 4-2 is going to be your final. And the line score looks like this for the Alamo Heights Mules. 4 runs on just 3 hits. No errors for Alamo Heights. 2 runs, 2 hits, 5 uncharacteristic errors for the Vandegrifts Vipers. Alamo Heights drops down improves to 6-7-1 on the season. And the Vipers drop to 8-4. Vandegrifts dropping 2 ball games back-to-back for the first time this season. They'll try to regroup, pack it up, and head on over to Leander Glen. We'll be back with you on the air at about 2:25 or so, give or take, depending on what time the early game gets done from Glen High School, as the Vipers will get ready to take on Flower Mound. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Jennifer Farrow and Stephen Miller and the Vandegrifts Vipers Baseball Booster Club. Our Grand Slam sponsor, Shannon Kramer with Bartlett Real Estate Group. Our home run sponsor, Silverton Custom Homes with Mr. Jason Grimm. Our double play sponsors, Sports Clips Haircuts and Craig Smizer with 1835 Realty. Our single play sponsors, Pediatric Dentistry of Steiner Ranch and Trent Reynolds Player Development. Steiner Dental, Pinnacle Sports Performance and Rehabilitation. Candalia Halley, Tomlin Family Orthodontics, and Steiner Wellness and Nutrition, along with our Vype Network sponsor, Academy Sports and Outdoors. Big thanks to Shane Shawinski. He's the one who alerted me that our audio had dropped out, but we got it back. Thank you, Shane, for that. Good job there. Thanks to Suna Vincott, our technical director. My name is Merle Bertrand, signing out from Benham Field. Looking forward to getting back here on Friday night for Game 3 of district play against the Stony Point Tigers. But we got more baseball coming up this afternoon and Tuesday night between now and then. But for now, 4-2, Alamo Heights gets the win over the Vipers. Enjoy the rest of your morning. We'll see you at about 2:30 this afternoon from over at Glen High School for game